Good day mga ka-criminolohiya and welcome to another criminology educational video. Before we start, please don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the notification bell for more criminology educational video. Our discussion for today talks and tackles about security guard force system. Ano po bang meron sa security guard force system ng Pilipinas? Okay, first, we should first define who or what, or shall we say, watchman or security guard. Ano po ba ang watchman? Ano po ba ang security guard? As the definition would said under Rule 1 of Section 1 of RA 5487, security guards are sometimes called as watchmen. They are persons who offer or render personal service to watch or guard residential, so pwedeng residential, business premises, or both, or at the same time, government building and establishment, and other premises or other premises that may needs for security services. And at the same time, these services are for hire or with compensation. Okay, yan po yung mga guard natin or mga security guard natin. Somehow they are being called as watchmen. Type of security guards. May tatlong klase po tayo ng security guards. First is private security agency guard. Second is company security guard. And the third is government security unit. Okay. First is private security agency. It refers to any person. So, pwedeng isa, pwedeng association, pwedeng partnership, pwedeng firm or private corporation who construct. When we say construct, recruit, trains, furnish, or post any security guard or watchman, because security guard are somehow called watchmen, to do the function of security business or security services to those business firms, private or public or government-owned control corporations, and these security services are for hire or for compensation. Own po siya ng mga private company, private persons, private partnership na ang purpose po talaga sa tinatawag natin ng mga guard na to is for hire. And they will be deployed to each establishment who might seek or need for the certain security services. Susunod po sa private security agency guard is company security forces. A security force which is maintained by a private company or corporation for its own security requirements only. Ano po bang meron dyan? Usually common po siya sa tinatawag natin ng mga malalaking company in which they are in need with a huge number of guards in order to secure their premises. And then these premises, instead of hiring private security agency guards, they would hire company guards. They will train their own guards. They will employ their own guards. And these guards will be deployed at the same time in the company premises. Isa na po yan, ang tinatawag natin is the SM company or the SM corporation. Because SM corporation hire their own guards, they train their own guards, at the same time, they employed it in the SM malls or S premises that's owned by the SM group of company, right? Susunod is government security unit. A security unit maintained and operated by any government entity other than military. Hindi siya military, hindi din siya police, which is established and maintained for the purpose of securing the office or compound and extension of such government entity. Ito po yung mga gwardya that's being employed directly by the government. Government guards po sila. Okay, but same time, they're also watchmen, they're also guard, but their employer is the government. And susunod, advantages and disadvantages of these company guards versus agency guards. Private agency guard, these company guards, they are being employed other than the government. So, titingnan po natin ang mga advantages and disadvantages po nila. Right? Okay. When we say advantages and disadvantages, first is company guard. Ano ba ang advantages ng company guard? And ano po ba ang mga disadvantages? First, advantages. High caliber and receives higher wages. Yes po. Totoo po yan. Kasi if company guards being employed, if a company are training this guard, if the company are, shall we say, recruiting these guards, and if the company is hiring and deploying these certain guards to their own facilities, wala na pong nangyayaring middleman. Kasi, yung private security agency guard po natin, nagkakaroon po ng middleman. First, a security guard. The middle is the security agency. And the third is yun po yung tinatawag natin nga, yung nangangailangan ng security services. If wala na po si security agency kasi yung sa company guard, yung nangangailangan ng security services is the same company who hires the certain guard, wala na pong nangyayaring middleman. And if there's no middleman, wala nang cut po sa salary or sa wages ng kanilang mga guards kasi sila na ang nag-i-employ, sila na ang nag-hire, sila na rin ang nag-deploy. Can be trained to handle some of more complex security duties, yes. At the same time din yan. Kasi much better yung training nila, pwede nilang mas i-deepen pa yung training nila. Kasi the company should invest on their personnel at the same time. Less turnover, yes, less turnover kasi hindi naman sila, kung wala ka talagang grounds in your occupation, hindi ka talaga nila tatanggalin sa kanilang trabaho. At the same time, kadalasan din wala ring guard na nagre-resign kasi nandun lang sila sa company nila and then being employed in good wages also. More familiar with the facility also kasi dyan sila tinain, dyan sila nag-OJT or ano bang sabi na dyan, and then their teachers are there, nasa company na rin. And then, probably then, familiar sila sa company facilities. Kasi ang nangyari kasi, nag-training ka sa isang private security agency. Yung training mo is generic sa lahat ng klase ng security facilities. But you will be employed in a mall. So, mas new adjustment na naman. And tend to be more loyal with the company. Yes po, kasi yung security agency guard natin, saan po ba ang loyalty? Because the loyalty of these guards, yung company guards natin, is nasa kumpanya. Kasi, sabihin natin, guard ka ng SM. Sabihin natin, saan ka ba loyal? So, usually, you are loyal with the SM Corporation. Kasi wala namang security agency in the middle. But we have also disadvantages with company guards. Ano po bang meron? May be required to join group or guard union. Yes, isa din po yan. Kasi may union po talaga sila yan. So, pag may union, cost more kasi may mga union contribution, ganyan. So, isa din yan. But at the same time, it is also advantages kasi there's a union that will protect the right of the certain company guards. Problem of ensuring availability of backup personnel. Ito rin po yun, isa sa pinaka-problem. Yung backup personnel. Paano kung hindi kagaya ng private security agency na you can hire new one, okay, sabihin mo lang sa agency, okay, bigyan niyo ako ng bagong guard. So, hindi po pwede yan sa company guard. Kasi, if you have 20 guards, ngayon na naka-deploy sa inyong company, and then that 20 guards, may nag-stop na 2 o 3 guards in those company, you need to train new 3 guards. Right? So, yan yung isa sa disadvantages. Availability o backup personnel. Hindi mo pwedeng kumuha ka lang ng isang gwardiya na direktang ilalagay mo dyan sa company mo. Second is private security agency guard. Less expensive, okay? Less expensive siya kasi hindi ka na mag-train, hindi ka na mag-educate. Yung agency na ang gagawa niyan. Hindi ka na mag-hire, hindi ka na magre-recruit, less problem ka. Use is convenient. Convenient at the same time kasi yung agency or tawag natin yung installation or institution or facilities that would hire the certain private security agency guard is hindi na sila mananakit yung ulo nila. Least administrative and personnel problem. Administrative kasi nga, sabi ko kanina, hindi na nila kailangan pang administer or i-manage yung guards nila kasi hindi sa kanila yun. those guards are being employed by the agency. So, ang agency ang nagpapasweldo sa kanila, bumabayad lang yung kumpanya sa agency. So, the problem with this administrative problem is the agency. And the personal problem, kung may sabihin natin, may nagsuntukan na guard dyan, so hindi mo na problema yan. Sa request ka lang sa ilang agency ng bagong guard, ang agency na ang problema niyan. And agencies assumes full responsibility. Ito yung sabi ko kanina. Responsibility in scheduling, supervising of all guard personnel. Si agency na yan. Kasi kung sa company guard, you would hire additional security officer or security supervisor or manager in order to administer these certain guards. But in the agency, hindi mo na problema yan. Problema yan ni agency. Can easily obtain extra guard if needed. Yes. Kung sabihin natin may event kayo, then automatically you need 30 guards just for this day. And then yung regular na guard mo lang talaga is 10 guards. So mag-request ka automatic ng 30 guards within this day. Automatic ibibigay agad yan agency just for this day. Kung kailangan mo next week, automatically may 30 guards ka na next week. That's one of the problem with company kasi nagha-hire pa rin sila ulit. Right? Okay. And can easily obtain. So, in needed, agency usually accepts liability of civil suits. Yes, kung mga may, sabihin natin, may mga civil liability na nangyari, na nagawa ng ating tinatawag na security services or security provider, and then yung nag-shoulder ng liability na yan is a private security agency. Pangalawa, disadvantages. Second is lack of training. Bakit lack of training po yung mga private security agency natin? Lack of training kasi nangangailangan sila ng maraming puwansya. So technically, minimal training lang ang kailangan nila, then they will accept that certain guard. Low caliber employee. Yes naman, kasi paibang-ibang employee ka paibang-ibang taong guard, paiba-ibang gwardiya mo, paibang-ibang tao mo, talagang hindi ka makaka-establish ng mga magigiting at mga high caliber na mga security guards. Loyalty to the company, yes, hindi mo talagang predict that they are loyal. Probably pa, that's a possibility pa na there's an inside job because of that security agency guard. Paiba-iba kasi, paiba-iba-iba. Ano yung nalalaman na nila kung ano ang security procedures mo sa loob. So, posible yan. Project for image, yes. Large turnover, I guess, at the same time naman talaga yan. So, kung hindi mo gusto yung guard, may konting problem lang sa guard. So, you can just simply request kami, bigyan mo ko ng ibang guard. So, that's a large turnover. Not familiar with the facilities, yes naman. Kung yung sabi ko kanina, rename mo siya generic, then automatically i-employ mo siya specific. So, hindi talaga siya magiging familiar dyan. Accepted na yan. But in company guards, may tinatawag nating may familiarity sila kasi ititrain mo sila ng mall, ititrain mo sila how to be security guard in the mall, and then magtatrabaho sila sa mall. O yun. Private security agency, ititrain mo sila generic, and then ilalagay mo sila ngayong buwan sa mall. Sa susunod na buwan na naman is sa pawn shop. Sa susunod na buwan na naman is dito naman sa school na naman. So, may hindi talaga sila familiarities with the certain facilities. And qualifications of a security guard. Ano po ba ang mga kwalifikasyon para maging isang security guard? First, a person should be a Filipino citizen. Dapat po talaga Filipino citizen yung security guard natin. And at the same time, a high school graduate. So, high school graduate. This high school graduate should be physically and mentally fit. And at the same time, 21 years of age. Okay, 5'4" in height, 162 centimeters. So, ganyan po yung mga minimum qualifications ng mga guard natin. Likewise, may mga disqualification po tayo. Okay. First, this must not have been or must not be dishonorably discharged. Dishonorably po yung term natin. So, discharge or discharge without honor from military service. So, if they are in the EFP or military service na po sila, and then automatically nag-awol po sila. So, that is a dishonorably discharge. So, hindi pwedeng maging gwardiya yan. Or any government offices. So, pwede rin hindi sa military, pero government offices or corporation. Mentally incompetent, hindi rin po pwede yung guard natin, which is a mentally incompetent. Addicted to drugs, yes, hindi rin yan pwede. Habitual drunkard, hindi rin yan pwede. And an employee of a government, empleyado na ng government, at the same time, nagpa-part-time being a security guard, hindi po pwede yan, right? Okay. Susunod, desirable qualities of security guards. May mga qualities tayo, maraming qualities ng isang gwardya, pero ano ba talaga ang dapat nating hinahanap o yung hinahanap mo talaga? Parang shoota din po yan, maraming nangliligaw sa'yo, pero may mga qualities talaga na kahit sabihin na natin, ang bilis talagang, yung tao na to, ang bilis talagang makuha ang atensyon mo. Yes, may mga qualities tayong hinahanap. The same with guard by itself. First, alertness. Dapat yung guard natin, alertness. Good judgment. Yes po, dapat po yung guard natin nakakatigay ng kanyang decision or yung judgment niya, which is at the same time in good result. Okay. Confident. Yes, confidence po yung guard natin. Physical fitness. Yes po, wala pong nagusto na ang guard nila is hindi physically fit. Tactfulness. Self-control. Yes. Interest at the same time. Loyalty. Responsible and trustworthy po yung guard natin. Kasi if hindi po sila ganyan, probably hindi po natin sila kukunin as our security guards. Exemption from pre-licensing because dapat po talaga yung guard natin may license prior to employment of the tinatawag natin certain guards. First, the following need not to undergo pre-license and training for security guards. Veterans po, pwede. Retired or honorably discharged from military police personnel. Processing all qualification mentioned above. Yes, ito po yung veterans natin, nag-retire na or nag-resign. Kasi lahi po yung awol, lahi po yung retire, lahi din po yung resign. Lahi po yung dismiss. Okay? So, nag-resign po sa police or military na nag-resign. Pwede po silang maging exempt sa pre-licensing training ng mga guards natin. ROTC Advanced, Basic Graduates, and or its equivalent in EFP, PNP, and CAPGO, and CHDP. So, yung mga trainings na po yan, equivalent po ng ROTC na yan, and then automatically po, they are exempt from pre-licensing. Homing organized a security agency. Sino po ba pwede ang maggawa or gumawa ng isang security agency, private security agency? First, any Filipino citizen. Dapat po, Pinoy ka po. You are 100% Pinoy. Corporation, pwede po yung corporation. Pwede ding partnership, pwede ding association. Right? Okay. Security agency must be 100 Filipino-owned. Yes, Pinoy po dapat 100% ang may-ari. It could be personal. It could be corporation, partnership, association. Dapat po lahat ng member niyan ay Pinoy. 100% Filipino-owned. No person shall be or shall organize or have an interest in more than one security agency. Hindi po pwede yan na may security agency ka na, magbibuild ka naman ng ibang security agency. Limitation, disqualification, prohibition po yan ng tinatawag nating private security agency law. No person shall offer. Hindi mo pwedeng ibigay yung serbisyo mo. Walang agency na dapat magbigay ng serbisyo nila or mag-accept ng services nila sa mga gambling dens, illegal businesses. So, when we say gambling dens, ito po yung mga pasugalan. Hindi po pwedeng maglagay ng gwardiya dyan. And at the same time, illegal businesses na sa tingin ninyo walang license, walang permit, those are illegal businesses, dapat po hindi tayo maglagay ng guard. Yan. Right? Susunod, must not be an elective or appointed government employee which has the responsibility in the implementation and enforcement of private security agency law. So, dapat hindi rin po yan. At the same time, the extent of the security guard service being furnished by security agencies shall not go beyond the compound. Okay? Ito po yun. Kung ang compound niya is sabihin natin sa isang establishment, na-assign siya sa compound B o compound Bravo, dapat hindi na siya aalis ng compound Brado na pupunta siya ng compound or compound Charlie. Hindi na pwede yan, or compound Alpha. Dapat kung nasa compound Bravo lang yung guard mo, automatically dyan lang din yung limitation ng kanyang services. Except kung security guard is escorting a big amount of money or valuables. Main offices and branch offices. All agencies, private security agencies shall maintain a main office. And at the same time, in the registered address, kung saan yung address nyo, doon rin yung main office nyo. Branch offices, pwede ba? Pwede. May establish and maintain in other provinces or cities, pwede. Where security agencies has deployed security guards, pwede ka rin maglagay ng branch office mo doon. Rules. Authority to operate outside principal offices. Ito yon kasi kung sinasabi ng main offices, pwede. Branch offices, pwede. Pero may mga rules tayo. First, authority to operate outside principal offices. No new or moribund but previously licensed security agency shall be granted license to operate unless its business validity is supported by evidence of assured client and adequate capitalization and the like. Ano po ba yung moribund? So, ito yon. Moribund, dying, okay, stagnant, obsolescent, internal decline, lacking of vitality. Yun po yung mga security agency natin na malapit nang mag-end yung kanilang business, yung papuntang bankrupt na. So, hindi po pwedeng maglagay ng kanilang branch offices kasi pa-bankrupt na kayo, naglalagay pa kayo ng branch offices. At the same time, yung mga bagong security agency natin, hindi din silang pwedeng maglagay ng kanilang new offices or branch offices. Hindi po pwede yan. Kung ano yung principal office nyo, yung main office nyo, dun muna kayo. Right? If you want to expand because your business nag-expand na, and then automatically, pwede na kayong mag-expand. Provided that your businesses grow. Pero hindi pa, you are just new, your security agency, papuntang pagka-bankrupt na, so hindi ka pwedeng maglagay ng tinatawag nating branch offices. Private security agency operating at regions outside the main office. Sabihin na natin, yung agency na yan, nasa NCR. And then this NCR agency, hindi na tayo mag-dimension ng name. Nag-operate into, sabihin natin, Region 4 o Region 9 o sa Mindanao. Nag-operate sa Mindanao into Region 10. Ano bang mga kailangan nilang kunin or kailangan nilang isaalang-alang bago sila mag-operate sa Region 10? Okay. So, if maglalagay sila ng offices nila dito, sabihin natin sa Region 10, sa Region 9, sa Region 13, ganoon, sa ERMM, ito po yung mga kailangan nila. Shall required to register with the nearest police provincial offices. Dapat po nag-register sila sa provincial offices kung saan sila mag-ooperate. And shall submit an authenticated machine copy of the following document. Ito po yun. License to operate, dapat isubmit nila. License of the firearm to be issued if it is firearm. Yung mga firearm po na i-issue ninyo, dapat yung mga lisensya nila ibibigay ninyo. List of officers and security guards, ibibigay din po ninyo yan. And appointment order of a branch or detachment manager if may appointment po kayo dyan na detachment or branch manager sa inyong security agency. And all applicants for license to operate shall be required to attend a private security agency, company guard, workforce operators, and management seminar workshop. Yes. And prohibition of KABIT system operators. Okay. So, bawal talaga ang KABIT system. Prohibition of KABIT. So, yun. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng KABIT system in the security agency? No licensed security agencies shall operate, promote, and enter into agreement of merger or KABIT system. Ito yung mini-merge mo yung pa-bankrupt na security agency sa iyong security agency. Mini-merge nyo sila. So, bawal po yan. So, hindi po pwede yan. Or at the same time, si A may license. Si B, si B walang license. Gusto ni B mag-provide ng security services. So, kinuha may agreement si E at si B na si A is ipapabaro niya yung license niya kang B kahit the same time nag-ooperate din si E, gagawin niyang branch si B na ang may-ari is si B. May percentage lang sila sa kita. So, hindi po pwede yan. It's prohibition on KABIT system operators. Circumstances that may consider prima facie evidence of KABIT system. Maintaining a separate branch unit. Yan, posible po yan. If or subsidiary office aside from the main office of agency situated within the same locality. Okay. Receiving direct payments from agency's client. Yes. Remitting directly SSS, yung mga social security system, premiums, mga Medicares natin. Yes. Na nire-remit nila doon sa security agency. So, hindi prima facie evidence po yan ng KABIT system. Existence of an agreement between licensee and the branch manager, yung license at din yung hindi license na branch manager o yung branch manager na license na pa-bankrupt na, wherein the latter obligates him to pay percentage. Sabihin natin, si B, siya yung magkakabit papunta sa kang A na security agency. May agreement sila, okay, 20% ng 30% ng kita mo, 20, 30, 40% ng kita mo dapat akin kasi akin yung license na ginagamit mo. So that if there's such agreement with that, then there's a prima facie evidence of that certain KABIT system. Keeping maintenance separate payroll of the branches. May separate payroll ka for the certain agency. So that's KABIT system po. Absence of record of monthly income remittances to the main office. Guard ka ng isang guard, may inspection. Guard ka ni B. And then, yung gamit na license is kang Alpha. Yung gamit na license. And then, automatically, ang nangyayari kasi, wala kang record sa agency ni Alpha or ni A. So, that's a problem. That's a prima facie evidence. And then, gumagamit ka ng tinatawag natin you are guard with or security agency ka ni A. So, wala kang natawag nating payroll doon. Monthly income, monthly remittances mo doon sa mga SSS mo or ano na lang. All other similar acts tends to show separate and distinct relationship, personality, ownership, and management para po makonsider na KABIT system siya. Qualifications of operator. Kailan po ba magkakaroon ng operator? Manager of a security agency. Ano po ba ang mga qualifications nila? First is, must be at least 25 years of age. 25 years old po dapat. College graduate, yes. Or at the same time, must be a commissioned officer. Dapat po commissioned officer. When you say commissioned officer, dapat po lieutenant po. Kasi commission eh. Kasi non-commissioned, ito po yung mga sergeant natin. Master sergeant pababa. But when you say commissioned officer, lieutenant po yan. In the inactive, remember inactive reserve service or reserve service po ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Must be a good moral conduct, must have no previous record of any conviction of any crime involving moral turpitude, and must not be suffering from any of the following disqualification. First, dishonorable discharge. Dapat po hindi nag-dishonorably discharge o hindi na separate from the EFP dishonorably. Physical, mental incompetent, hindi yung manager mo, yung operator mo, dapat naman talaga hindi mental and physical incompetent. Yan. Addictive to the use of narcotic drugs, hindi addict at the same time, hindi rin habitual drunkard or alcoholic. Yung tinatawag nating security manager mo. So, hindi po pwede yan. Must not taken a course or must have taken. Dapat po may course po kayo, may seminar po kayo on industrial security management and or must have adequate training or experience in security businesses. Note also, one cannot be commissioned officer in the inactive service unless service of the EFP unless college graduate. Okay. Remember the term and also pwede po palang hindi kayo college, hindi kayo active service hindi kayo commission officer sa inactive service sa EFP, provided that you are a college graduate. Ito yung sabi kanina, right? Remember the term, the 2 and the 3, and or. So, pwedeng sila dalawa o pwedeng isa lang dyan sa 2 and number 3. And dummy of any foreigner or elective or appointed government, hindi po pwede yan. Right? Basic qualification of a security consultant. May consultant po tayo kasi yung manager po natin, ito yung nagmamanage. Consultancy, ito po yung pinupuntahan natin if may problem po tayo sa security agency natin. First, a Filipino citizen. Dapat po Pinoy rin yung consultant. Hindi tayo nagko-consultant ng mga kano or ano pang klaseng lahi. Physically and mentally fit, good moral character, must not be suffering from any of the following disqualification. Dishonorably discharged. The same din po yung na-mention natin kanina na mga disqualification talaga. Kasi yung disqualification and yung qualification, may mga generic talaga na mga disqualification kasama. Ano po ba mga generic na disqualification security agents sa security field? Dishonorable discharge from EFP, physical and mentally incompetent, addicted to the use of narcotic drugs, habitual drunkard. Ito po yun. Number 5. Holder of master's degree of criminology, dapat po master's degree. So, requirement po yung master's degree natin. And at the same time, pwede rin degree in this following field: criminology, public administration, in NSA, industrial management, or if hindi siya ganyan, LLB or the College of Law. And at the same time, must have at least 10 years experience in the operation and management of security businesses. 10 taong experience po yan. And qualification of private detective. Ito po yung para kang investigador, but you are not being employed by the government service. You are being employed in your private, or you are having your own office. You are practicing your profession privately. So, ito po yun, private detective. Pero kailangan nyo pong kumuha ng license niyan, ha? Okay. Qualifications of private detective. Filipino citizen, physically and mentally fit, good moral character, at the same time, yung mga disqualification natin. Kasama yung dishonorably, physically incompetent, addicted, and habitual drunkard. A detective should possess the following. So, magiging detective ka po if meron ka nito. BS Criminology graduate, pwede kang mag-private detective. LLB holder, College of Law, or Juris Doctor, pwede ka rin mag-private detective. Graduate of Criminal Investigation course, pwede kang mag-private practice. Advanced ROTC graduate, pwede ka rin po mag-private detective. Okay. Type of licenses in the security profession. First, license to operate. Before a private security agency, yung mga private security agency natin, mag-operate ng kanilang business, we should first secure a license. And this license or term natin dito is LTO, hindi po Land Transportation Office, kundi license to operate are having a two category: temporary license and regular license. Okay, ano bang meron dito? Temporary license is issued to the security agency with at least less than 200 guards. If you have having a guards less than 200, then automatically po ang ibibigay na lisensya sa iyo is temporary license. But if you have with you more than 200, ang ibibigay po sa inyo is regular license, right? So, and at the same time, this regular license is renewable every 2 years po. 2 taon po ng renewal ng mga licenses na to. Security guard license, ito po yung mga guard natin. Yung guard natin, dapat pong may license sila prior to the operation of being a security guard or a security watchman. So, yung mga guard po natin, nag-render po ng services as guard, and then at the same time, they don't have a license by itself. That's sabihin natin that's invalid po na practice, ha. So dapat po talaga mayroon tayong security guard's license. Before a security guard can practice his profession, he shall possess the valid security license. And at the same time, bawal po ang expired license. If in doubt, pwede namang i-verify sa PNP SAGSD. The validity of the security guard license is 3 years. Right? 3 years po sa Pilipinas. But may mga country po na yung guard nila is 2 years lang po yung license nila. So make sure po tayo, clarify po natin na talagang ang sa Pilipinas, 3 years po yung validity ng license. And firearms license. All firearms license of the security agency shall be covered with firearms license. Dapat po talaga lahat ng barel na meron ang security agency or security guard or government, ano pa ba yan, dapat kailangan po talagang license siya by the PNP through Firearms Explosive Division under the Civil Security Group po. And renewable every 2 years. Walang duplication, hindi pwedeng magtatampered ka ng mga license. So, covered po yan. Same mark. Wala po dapat na tinatawag nating same license na duplicate po sa isang lisensya po ng tinatawag na security agency and security profession. Handgun. Firearms and weapons authorized for use in security guard while on duty. Ano po bang mga barel ang pwede sa mga security guards? Okay. First, handgun. Handgun at the same time, low power firearms. Caliber 22 and caliber 38 lang po dapat. Not exceeding 1 firearm for every 2 guards. Dapat po may isang barel sa 2 gwardya. Bakit po hindi 2 baril sa 2 gwardya? Kasi yung guard natin, shifting po sila. Okay? Dahil shifting sila, yung baril is ito turn over na din sa susunod na shift. And shotgun not bigger than 12 gauge. Remember po, shotgun is measured by gauge and other firearms is measured by caliber. So yung shotgun po natin, hindi po dapat malalaking gauge na shotgun. Hindi po pwede yung shotgun na malaki pa sa 12 gauge. High power, mga high power po na mga baril, kailan po ba pwede? Technically speaking, hindi po pwede ang mga high power firearms. But in cases po na yung lugar na ini-operate po ng guard natin or ng security watchman natin, mataas po yung crime rate doon, and then it will be exemption na po yan. Provided that it will be determined by or determined by the chief PNP. Okay. Susunod, minimum numbers of firearms. Ito po yun, number 4. Ilan po bang numbers dapat ang isang tinatawag nating firearm? Isang security agency, ilang number po ng firearms meron dapat sila? Private security agency with 100 guards, dapat at least 30 pieces. Dapat po minimum of 30 pieces of licensed firearm. However, after operating po of 6 months, the agency can procure firearms in portion of number of posted guards. Kasi yung 100 guards, remember, in general rule, dapat isang baril sa 2 gwardya. So, dapat po yung private security agency natin may 15 baril. But kasi bago pa sila, and then minimum of 100 pa sila, then dapat meron silang minimum of 30 pieces of licensed firearm. Pero after 6 months na nag-operate na sila, then they have 100 guards, pwede na nilang i-apply yung tinatawag nating numbers na kinakailangan, yung 50 pieces of firearms. For regular license to operate, application at least 70 pieces of firearms. Dapat po 70 lang. Use of firearms for private detective agency shall be optional. If you are a private detective, pwede ka bang magbaril? Pwede po, pero that's optional. Pwede ka rin hindi gumamit ng baril. Okay? Susunod, restriction to possess certain caliber of firearms. The total number of prescribed high-powered firearms shall not exceed 10% of the total numbers of guards employee. Yan. Private security agencies are not allowed to possess high-caliber guns. Ano po ba yung mga high-caliber na hindi pwedeng gamitin ng mga private security guards or private security agency? First, carbine or carbine, hindi po pwede yan. M16, hindi rin po pwede yan. Caliber 45, hindi rin po pwede yan. centerfire magnum na mga baril na caliber 41 and caliber 44, hindi rin po pwede yan. And other high caliber firearms na hindi nasama sa minention natin. Except at the same time that private security agency forces is operating in areas where there is upsurge, yung mga matataas po yung mga crime rate nila or crime rate ng mga locality na yan, pwede po silang gumamit ng mga baril na yan na na-mention natin. Provided at the same time na yung chief PNP po or any of its representative po ang mag-determine or mag-determine yan. Okay? Granted by the chief of the Philippine Nation or, ito yung sabi ko kanina, police regional director. So, pwede po si RD or si regional director natin. Acquisition po, dapat ng mga high-powered firearms is ang security agency po or company guard po ang bibili, hindi po yung government natin yung bibili. Before the firearms are used, the same should be registered at the same time. So, BBS, you are granted with the authority na maglagay ka na ng mahahaba at malalakas na baril. Dapat rin, ikaw yung bibili, hindi yung PNP ang magpo-provide ng baril sa'yo. Pagkatapos mong bilhin yan, dapat ma-license yan sa Philippine National Police under the Firearms and Explosive Division. At the same time, hindi rin pwede yung guard na i-issuehan mo ng ganyang klaseng baril is walang training. Wala siyang training sa baril na dyan. So, kailangan din niyang magkanda or magkaroon ng adequate training sa paggamit at sa care and usage of its certain firearms. Okay. Shall be carried outside. Okay, limitation in the carrying of firearms. Pwede po bang dalhin ng gwardya ang baril na na-issue sa kanya outside of his facilities? Technically po, bawal. Okay. So, the issue of firearms shall be carried only by the security guard. Yung firearm na na-issue, dapat po ang nagdadala is security guard. At the same time, yung nagdadala na guard na yan is lisensyadong guard. During lang po, dadalhin din po niya yan during in his tour of duty. Naka-uniforme, dapat po naka-uniforme siya within the compound of the establishment. Ibig sabihin, kung saan siya na-assign siya sa compound Bravo, so dyan lang siya sa compound Bravo. Hindi siya pwedeng pumunta sa compound Charlie or compound Alpha na dala na yung baril. Okay, in any cases ba sir? Example, yung guard natin, na-assign sa isang Emwillier brand or Palawan branch. Yung guard, bumili ng pagkain doon sa kabilang kanto. Dinala yung baril papunta sa kabilang kanto. Pwede ba po yan? Technically speaking, hindi po pwede kasi yung kanyang tinatawag natin na area of responsibility is yung branch po ng Emwillier or nung Palawan. So, hindi niya po pwedeng dalhin yung baril, bibili ng pagkain sa kabilang kanto. Except, may mga exemption po ba? Yes, pwede po kayo. Exempt yung guard na dadala niya outside the facilities kung saan siya na-assign. Except when escorting a big amount of money or cash. Valuables, mga diamonds, ganyan, nag-i-escort ka, pwede mo madala yung baril mo. But provided upon prior coordination with the nearest PNP units and station. Nagko-coordinate ka po doon sa nearest police station kung saan ka pupunta, right? Kaya kung saan ka magtutur kung saan ka lalabas. So, magko-coordinate po talaga kayo. And, pwede bang i-confiscate yung mga nag-violate? Pwede po. Firearms can be confiscated when it is about to use in the commission of the crime, actually being used, hindi pa nagamit. Pangalawa, nagamit na, and tapos nang gamitin. Yun yung pangatlo. Just been used in the commission of a crime. It is being carried by security guard or SG is unlicensed. Yung gwardya unlicensed. Kahit yung baril lisensyado, if the guard or the watchman is unlicensed, kukunin po yung baril or not authorized by law and regulation for the usage of the certain firearm. Okay? Wala silang authority. Yung meron silang M16 doon. So, kukunin yun ng PNP. Confiscation, Confiscation by court order, may court order po pwede rin. Use or carried outside the area of responsibility of security guard without proper authority, pwedeng kunin ng PNP. The security guard is unlicensed, ito rin po pwedeng kunin ni PNP. And I think those are the classification of security guards. Let's see each other and we see each other. Good day and bye-bye!